Namaste Galactic Family, welcome back to my channel IndigoAngel. Welcome if you're new, and if you're returning, don't forget to hit that notifications bell, and thank you for your continued love and support of my channel. Also make sure to comment and share this video so others can find out about my work. And today we're going to do a Lyran Starseed Ascension reading. We're going to try to focus on where this cosmic nation is on a human level, on a galactic level, also on a planetary level, and on a interdimensional spectrum of this radial star signature. Essentially, Lyra is the fifth brightest star in the sky. It is one of the most important stars in the sky besides our sun. I do believe that Sirius and Arcturus also carry the similar high atomic number of helium that Lyra carries. So in terms of size and in terms of brightness and in terms of alchemical compound, this is a very, very important star within our system. Okay, and it is considered the arc light of the heavens. This was the pole star 14,000 years ago. It is considered the holy grail of immortality and transformation. And there are a lot of different levels of beings that come from this. Many are hybridized in this system. Most are hybridized in this system. Okay, but we also have the Lyran High Council, and we also have the Guardian Alliance. All of these councils are interacting within the Galactic Federations on Earth now. Okay, the first generation of Galactic Federations on Earth now. They're here communicating, and they are the ones that are most predominantly protecting humanity at this time, because currently we do have hyperspace timeline warfare that's playing out on all full 12 dimensional spectrums at all times. Sometimes this slows down during the acceleration of ascension cycles on the planet, but often amps up as we are going through descension cycles on the planet. And as we go through those descension cycles, the warfare becomes a lot more dense, a lot more thick, and people are just battling out for the future souls of Earth at this time. And this is playing out on, like I said, all 12 dimensional spectrums. This plays out particularly within the Orions and also the Pleiadians, the Draconians, and the Anunnaki, as they are the ones getting their hands the most dirty in these affairs. Also the Hyades and within the four royal stars somewhat as well. But all nations are contributing factors in the total Earth consciousness. All nations. And that's why I have many unknown nations on my 13-dimensional avatar energy mechanics map here, which is the organic galactic celestial template universal tree of life that I had designed basically due to all of the cosmic grid updates that I've done, according to the systems that are interlaying the countries and the planetary systems and the control systems on the Earth, the colonization systems on the Earth. This is set up in accordance to the contributory factors of those things, essentially. But particularly Pegnusians at this time, also Cassiopeians, and also Hyderians, okay? There's a lot of transmissions that are coming forward within these particular star systems. Cassiopeians and Hyderians bringing forth the Dark Mother transmissions, which I did speak about in my last Cassiopeian video, and the meaning of this, which is very deep. A lot of this has to do with the dormant portions of Tiamat and a lot of the wars over the first density sphere, and also the interdimensional wars over the universal tree of life, the interplanetary body as well, which is where all of the harvesting and all of the parasitic and more lower entity field frequencies, vibrations, like I said, parasites, all of this is where this feeding is happening, is in that interdimensional body, essentially. But the Lyrans, okay, they've been around for a long time, since the Electric Wars. This was when basically the universe was forming at the time of the Milky Way coming together, and electricity was basically lighting up the sky, and we were having the most strongest representation of of radial dominance to bring creation forth, to bring life forth. Okay, this is spoken about in Greek mythology. There are, descriptions of what this electric war looks like. And the Lyrans came forth. They are some of the oldest souls in our galaxy and have incarnated into several other star systems like Arcturus, Sirius, Pleiades. They're considered the root race of all humanoid races in our galaxy. But essentially, as I've dug more into the occult nations of the universal systems, I have come to find that there are much more also in equal extensive star systems that are just as rooted in that history of the root race of all humanoid races in our galaxy, such as Hydra, such as Cygnus, such as Aquila. Aquila were the original grid builders here on this earth, okay? And also Alpha Centauri. Alpha Centauri is a very, very old system. If I see Alpha Centauri, Cygnus, Hydra, Aquila, and Vega, Lyra in someone's birth chart, they're very, very, very old souls on this earth, okay? And we are talking pre-Lemuria, first root race, because the Lyrans essentially have been a part of the first seeding on 7D Earth. And they've been transmitting most heavily from this 10th gate here. Okay, so there's a lot of transmission into the 11th and the 12th as well. And essentially, they're considered a Kether triad with Aquila and Cygnus. And Aquila and Cygnus being the strongest, oldest systems on Earth. Any avian systems are some of the oldest systems carrying the majority of the indigo records on Earth, period. Cygnus holds all of the indigo records. And that's in the 11th sphere here. Okay, and I've spoken about this in some of my other energy updates. I've talked about the importance of Cygnus. I've done a Cygnus grid update, so I will leave that in the link in the description. I highly recommend watching that as I really break down the importance of these star systems and how they are all, how I'm coming up with these conclusions, essentially. And I bring in a lot of the references and historical points that do back up and define a lot of what I'm saying here. But again, vet all of this information out yourself, and always keep an open mind, and always don't fully give yourself to something you don't fully understand. That's probably my best piece of advice, that integrate this information within what you feels right and what you hold resistance to. Then let that part of it go however you see it. But it's important that you're always vetting the information out yourself. So if I'm saying something here today that may seem right or may not seem right, then it's time to dive into the research and look into it a little bit deeper yourself, so that way you can make your own conclusions of these cosmologies on Earth, essentially. But the cradle of Lyra is a Sephiritic empire. This is a very advanced race who created and contributed to the Elohim in the Avatar Matrix. And they work extensively. Lyrans work very extensively in repairing the polarity body in the universal system. Okay, they are high within the 12D triad Kether. Okay, 10, 11, and 12 up there at the top of my universal tree of life there. And they bring in that unity. They bring in that 12D focus. They focus mostly on repairing DNA from genetic damages, the original wars, and the original viruses. So during this time of the coronavirus, they have been hard at work. They have been amplified in their mission at this time. A lot of Lyrans that maybe you know personally, people on Earth that are a part of the High Lyran Council, or consider themselves a part of the Guardian Alliance. any of these things. These people may have seemed really busy at this time, that they don't have time to have fun. They don't have time to work through lower density field dramas. They don't have time for things like this because they really are doing so much genetic repair within their own bodies at this time that is assisting with the collective. A lot of them have gone dormant into the frozen matter body, and they are working deep within these realms within their own bodies at this time to hyper extend this intelligence, this information field into the collective for these advancements in terms of repairing the DNA from genetic damage, like I said, the original wars and the original viruses. So during this time of the coronavirus, Lyrans have been very, very hard at work. They've been working to heal the rip in time, all of the polarized and fragmented timelines, distorted timelines, shadow and phantom timelines, harvesting of souls and loosh from the trans-harmonic pillars, the universal tree of life, and also to assist with the trans agendas from gender identity to anti-human transhumanism agendas. Okay, they've been working to bring in the organicness of our humanism, of our galactic humanism, essentially. And they're doing this a lot within the fire codes of the DNA. Okay, in between the DNA strands, there's a lot of work going on here, a lot of geometric reconfiguration, a lot of transformation, expanding and contracting here, a lot of collapsing down old systems that are no longer serving. And they're just working as a gift to humanity, constantly working on the ethic and the morals and the commandments of humanity, essentially, that they are working to repair these aspects, essentially. So they're basically holding the genetic keys, and they're doing the most work in hyper mutations. Okay, and we're transiting out of this system right now, so we're still lingering within Venus and Pluto for the next couple of days. But so you're still going to feel the continual influences of Lyra as we continue to have waves of repair campaigns that are infusing the grids. So you will start to see things getting better over time here. The work that the Lyrans have put in over the last month has been highly substantial. See, the Lyrans are the ones that are fighting the most for humanity's highest potential, for the most highest outcome, because they are a part of the collective monad. Okay, all three of these star systems are a part of that collective monad, which is an aspect of the identity of the angelic human's oversoul. Okay, and so because they are the deepest and the most ancient within this biologically and planetarily, they have the tools and the wisdom and the accelerated technology to do this. Okay, it's not like the Arcturians. When I talk about technology, it's not advanced technology. It's more biological technology. Okay, it's more organic technology. It's more angelic technology. Not that Arcturians aren't one of the most angelic star systems, but they are focused more on the forward motion of technologies, architecture, actual robotics, actual artificial intelligence systems, as much as Arcturian is also very organic and are probably not working towards the idealisms of transhumanism. It's a wide spectrum, okay, and the which ways the Arcturians go with this, but the Lyrans are rooted in the organicness of humanness and within the most quantum atomic state of organic biological technology. Okay, that's why they can repair the DNA, the genetic mutations, and all of these things that are playing out within the super atomic, intermolecular, I guess, atomity of the human spectrum of consciousness. Okay, that's where the Lyrans are working. Okay, so I'm going to go through a little bit of an update here. We also have the full moon coming up January 28th, 2021 in Leo. And here is where the war on consciousness is continuing to play out. We have the battle of lunar consciousness versus solar consciousness. I have talked about this in my last update, that I hope the Lemurians, the Mayans, the Pleiadians are speaking up and out against the demonization of this polarity in lunar consciousness. And I hope, my brothers and sisters here, that you're assisting to provide deeper clarity on the positive aspects of lunar consciousness. This is very important. Okay, to have our lunar consciousness demonized when we are all damn well, we are lunars. We are lunars, and we are both solars, and we honor the moon. We praise the full moon. Okay, many of us are more on the organic timelines with the moon. We understand its connection to our reproductive cycles. We understand its connection to our fertility. Okay, all of this is very, very important. And so I hope those of you who have the means to are speaking up about the positive aspects of lunar consciousness, which I have begun talking about as much as possible, to highlight the lunar stargates planetarily on Earth and those locations with the most lunar celestial activity on the Earth. Okay, because not all stargates are solar powered or helium powered. They are also magnetic, and they are also very vortexual and rolling and rhythmic in their expression. So lunar stargates do carry a more powerful emotional resonance to the star systems, and lunar stargates are also more known to actually seed soul collectives. Okay, solar stargates are working on planetary reality field manifestations. Lunar stargates are working within creation. They're working in the fertility cycles. They're working with the seeding into the womb, okay, into reproduction. Okay, so with this full moon on January 28th, we have this full moon, this lunar stargate activating on the planet, which is the Leo Regulan Gate. This is the Strait of Magellan in Chile. And the spiritual significance of this lunar stargate is that it's exalted at a 28 feet high tide. Okay, so it's one of the most highest tides in the world, which means it has the most lunar activity on the Earth. These tide poles are where life began. Okay, this has to do with the lunar gate of leaving the body and ancestors, and this is also considered the gate of power. So we're going to have a huge power shift that comes through at this full moon, at this stargate. This is considered one of the largest lunar stargates on the planet. It has 3 points of lunar gravity force. And so this is a very powerful lunar stargate that's activating. I am going to start trying to talk about this more in my energy updates, and probably do some more videos on lunar stargates so everyone can have a more defined understanding of what this actually is. And also there's an article on my website where I have all of the lunar stargates listed according to star systems. So please check this out. I'll also leave the link in the description. We also have several planetary positions, the solar gate, Mercury, Jupiter, and Saturn. They're all transiting through Gamma Aquarii and Pegasi. Okay, so I just put out that Pegasus cosmic grid. If you haven't seen that, I recommend watching that. Links will be in the description. This means that the focus cosmologically within the Stargate systems, okay, within the solar stargates, this means globally and collectively we will continue to be on future ideas and also highlighting the nexus systems. And I spoke about the nexus systems. This is the interplanetary expansion of exoplanets for future timelines. Now this does get into transhumanism and into the future of humanity. Okay, and so that again is very controversial, but all of this occult spiritualism is always and always has been highly controversial. Okay, so it's all about how you look at it. But when looking at this radial signature with Vega, the Lyrans, there are multiple bases to be covered. So I try to cover them all in my energy updates and in my origin readings, but but I do like to look at the qualities of this origin if this is your celestial home. I like to go into the history of the origin and the collective memory field and the Akashic account that we all share of this star signature, and also the biological and planetary sciences. Okay, so how this is playing itself out in the first fields of our manifestation templates on Earth, and in the atomic reality fields, and also within the planetary grids and interlace systems and vortexes and stargates. Okay, so there's a lot of bases that I try to cover in my energy updates. But so there's a lot of information that comes through my updates, and it's just important because it is all relative. It's all relative to the manifestation fields of this radial encryption to deeper understand it. And so yeah, guys, so we'll just go ahead now. We're going to jump into this ascension reading for the Lyran starseeds. I hope everyone's doing well today. So some other topics that I'm going to include on my channel here coming up is I'm going to start talking about, I did get some questions for this on one of my other videos, and it was about the call to alpha masculines. So this is going to be a topic that I have coming up. And it really goes into the confusion, the biological confusion, the gender misery, the gender identity programs. Also goes into how this is all socially engineered and groomed with high estrogen. So a lot of our masculines are getting groomed with high estrogen. And it's basically taking away their abilities to be able to protect. It's taking away their abilities to fight for what's right because they're being stripped of their testosterone. These are some of the gender identity campaigns that are being forged against our masculines at this time. But this is something I'm definitely going to go into on an energy update later. But I'm excited to start talking about this topic. I'm going to also have a divine feminine round table as well. Okay, Lyran. So yes, what I was saying was I'm going to be having a divine feminine roundtable to actually come on. Hopefully on the full moon, we'll get that recorded with some divine feminines that I absolutely love and respect, and kind of go into some of these reasons, the spiritual reasons for these gender distortions, and kind of what's playing out with this collectively. I think it'll be good to kind of have a full round perspective of this topic. So it's going to be fun to do, and I kind of can't wait to do that. So yeah, guys, so within this shuffle, we had two of the same cards come out in the same deck. So I had the Two of Pentacles here and the Two of Pentacles here, and then also the Six of Wands and the Six of Wands. So that's a big message for the Lyran starseeds today. Within the Two of Pentacles, immediately one of the first things that I seen was that there are strong transmissions at this time with Polaris. So Lyrans and Polaris at this time are having a lot of foreseen perspectives on the future at this time. This is one of the ways that they're getting such a Lyrans communicating with Polarians at this time is how they are receiving these higher transmissions to repair the genetics, work within the viral mutations, work within the key hyper genetic mutations, and working on the light aspect of the regenerational aspect of this for humanity. Is that they are getting downloads specifically from Polaris, which is our reigning North Pole star. And remember, Lyra was the old reigning pole star. And so there is a connection with these two star systems because of this. So there's a lot of transmissions playing out here. We also have Two of Pentacles Chakma. So Chakma is wisdom. So they're highly getting downloaded with wisdom at this time. They are receiving a lot of this, but they also need to find a balance right now. It's about moderation. It can't just be all work and no play. And so it's about an innate knowing of these natural laws. Again, having prophetic abilities. So that's this connection with Polaris, is you're receiving these prophecies. You're receiving really profound visuals of the future, as almost as if you're being handed the guide manual book on how to solve the future problems, how to repair the future timelines. You are 10 years ahead in advance in this future knowing, in this future gnosis. And so you have been very dedicated to resolving these and making the choices and the changes needed to combat the illusions that are playing out in the 3D human template reality fields, because you're not existing there at all at this time. You are very beyond that at this time. You also have the King of Cups here, and again you have Chakma again. So like I said, a lot of wisdom that you are accessing, the collective, the angelic humanity's collective oversoul. And so you're in a space of non-duality, you're in a space of purity and unity, to a point that you are the divine comforter. Okay, so you are the underlying current or the underlying tone that's providing humanity and the collective with security, with gratitude, with patience, with strategy, with discipline. You're very determined. You're very opportunistic at this time. You are the King of Fire and Water, King of Cups. Okay, so it's very impressive at this time. The skill and the character, the nature, the tranquility that is coming from your being at this time. You're succeeding in the duality, you're succeeding in the polarity and bringing these things into a more harmonious state. You are past the point of judgment. You are past the point of these lower spheres, realms, and worlds that many beings of your family, of your peers, of your friends, even your spiritual friends and those in the cosmic community, okay? They're still working through a lot of the lower spheres, okay? You've attained a higher wisdom that you are able to anchor in and work with the highest light frequencies, okay? So you are really in the higher light spectrums. You're working with the diamond sun, the platinum sun, the double diamond sun. These are all the higher helium spectrums of information data seed packages that you are able to work with at this time. You also have the High Priestess as well. So you're also working deeply with the moon. There's a strong moon connection, a strong lunar connection, a strong connection to, I want to say Artemis and Hecate and the dark side of the High Priestess, okay? So you're working with some of these aspects that are transforming the feminine characteristics as well. You're helping to heal the Dark Mother transmissions, okay? This is where the High Lyran Council feminines come in to counterbalance the darker aspects of the dark feminine transmissions, okay? Again, you're all about unity. You're all about bringing the stuff up from the darkness and transmuting it into wholeness and creating this space, this way, this example for other people. You're all about these changes at this time. You're all about these transformations at this time. And so you are shifting through these variations, but you are the queen of your emotions at this time, because you are truly corresponding with the priestess of the moon. And the moon is really downloading you more with information and technologies about how to go about bringing this consciousness into wholeness. Again, Two of Pentacles, so you're balancing things right now. You're working within the polarity of the universal body to bring things into that wholeness space. You yourself are fully ascended. You yourself believe. You yourself are ascending through that stellar gateway. You yourself are coming forth with wisdom of the supernal teacher, mercy, divine intelligence, wisdom, again, miracles. And so you have been the bridge of that divine intelligence, anchoring in this higher masculine mind, fully connected to the feminine heart. Okay, and so this is how you can assist those into we consciousness, unity consciousness, and embodying the entire universe itself. A lot of this miraculous type work is happening within the Lyran signature at this time. And then you also have the Hierophant, okay? So you are very much a strong spiritual figure as your embodied galactic, okay? Many people seek your counsel. You understand there's a strong purification wave that's coming through. So I see, like I said, higher light codes again, diamond, silver, crystalline, gold, rainbow. There's a lot of rainbow transmissions that are coming through for the Lyrans at this time. You're hearing, feeling, and seeing all of these frequencies. All of your clairvoyances are activated right now. You are consciously navigating dimensions, and you are eradicating program and how realities are constructed within and without that. So this is a very humble, sovereign place to be in. You are very much working through your plasma body. I see the plasma body is interactive. The plasma body is hyperactive. This is extenuating out. This is how you are expanding galactically, which means quantumly and atomically within the genetics of the body. This is how you're doing this work here, is through your plasma. So the plasma is very strong within your body. It's like I said, it's also very interactive, and it's also very electrical. So I see electricity, I see fractal fields, I see you even transmitting back to the original electric wars, that this consciousness and this wisdom actually comes from this place. And so a lot of extraterrestrial DNA is being forged through you as you bring through this ancestral knowledge and wisdom. And this is expanding into multiple collectives just from your being. Multiple collectives are receiving your transmissions right now. Arcturian, Sirian, Pleiadian. This is extending from you specifically as an embodied galactic. You are the Federation. The Lyrans are a part of this, okay? You are expanding into the universal womb. And you are setting forth the living of the new age. The new age lives within your heart. So there's a lot of unconditional love. And you are a host of a Stargate yourself. And so all of the new encodements to New Earth are within you. And so you're just anchoring this in. I see the law of divine oneness. Okay, this is coming through. Six of Wands, this is a big message for you guys. It's asking to focus on the beauty of things. There's also transmissions to Regulus as well. So I'm seeing the green lion. I'm seeing the green sun. There's a lot of wisdom being transmitted from the Philosopher's Stone. So many of you are working deep within alchemy. You are the original alchemist, okay? This is coming up. This information is coming up for you. So you've been getting a lot of information that has been rare lately, that you're getting like secret recipes, you're getting secret books that nobody else knows about, you're getting guided to certain sacred books and just things that you normally haven't been coming into, but all of a sudden things are getting kind of put in front of you, in front of your plate, because you're actually accessing original core CDT plates inside of yourself, okay? These are all activated within your energy field at this time, okay? A lot of success is coming forward in the things that you are pursuing. You have Jupiter. Jupiter is amplified in your energy field as well. So you're highly supported by the king of the planets, the gods of the planets. It's giving you more stamina, more tenacity, more determination. And it's asking you to protect your ideas, but also protect and nurture other people's ideas. Asking you to be the guardians of ideas at this time, to protect this, because this is important, because there are a lot of resistant forces and attacks on these types of people. And I'm hearing that you have the wisdom as a highly cognitive, quantum cognitive avatar to protect these ideas, as you are a living bridge system to the new earth for these people. And you're able to resist these darker forces. And so there's just a waiting process in this, but it's asking you to stay open and to defy oppression and repression at this time, because it's not serving. And that the guardianship and the co-allegiances and the peace treaties that you have signed within this are all coming up for you to remember right now. You are remembering your place as this guardian. You're remembering your place in the Federation as the first units of federations on this earth. You're remembering this inside yourself. And so you do really have an amazing, strong role on this planet at this time as a Lyran. And also the pure angelic undertones are coming up as well. So you might be having a lot of beings come forth that are carrying the energy signatures to deliver you specific messages. I also am hearing that you are receiving your name at this time, that there is a new name that is coming in and being initiated and gifted to you at this time that has to do with the Lyran High Council as well. That if someone comes forward at this time and says that they are of the High Lyran Council to another Lyran Council member and is initiating you with your sacred name, that you should listen to these messages at this time, that this person coming forward is somebody that you are going to be initiated to a higher attainment within that light spectrum of self, a new signature, a new platform, a new density, or a new dimension to come forward for you to exist in under a name that is unenslaved to you. So the enslavement is being removed is what I'm seeing. There's the soul contract of enslavement is being completely removed under this double 6 of wands here. Okay, guys, so I hope you enjoyed these messages for the Lyran Starseed. You can find all of my services at IndigoAngel222.com. Please feel free to join me at patreon.com/IndigoAngel, as we are doing some pretty awesome cutting edge things. Okay, so this is one of the visualizations that we're doing. We are working with attuning to gold within our plasma body, creating plasma protection. And so it's where we're doing Stargate attunements using the octagonal solar geometry. And this is just some of the stuff we're doing on Patreon, guys. So if you want to see these visualizations in video format, please follow me on patreon.com/IndigoAngel so that you can work within these energy attunements as well. This is a high Lyran visualization right here. So Lyrans, you would definitely resonate with this, as it does tune you into those 6 spheres of the Elohim that emanate around the planet and around the body. And this is a part of the planetary collective monad body, where all creation comes through this. Okay, this is how the Lyrans themselves are a part of the root race of all humanoid races in our galaxy, because they are a soul collective family to this spheres of incarnation rings around the planet. Okay, so working with this in visualization only amplifies this inside your own energy field and the dormant portions, and brings those dormant portions up for you to be able to identify this within yourself. Okay, so I just wanted to tell you guys about that. Again, I'd be happy to have you on my Patreon, and I love you all so much. I hope you have a beautiful everything.